Alright guys, so here's an interesting who would win match that I literally just thought of, I was just thinking, earlier, who would be a good match for Exar-kun? And I thought to myself, who would be an excellent opponent for this Sith Lord? And then I suddenly said, how about Sesshomaru from Inuyasha? So that's literally where it came from. It was just it just popped in there. Exar-kun from Star Wars, the previous EU, or he could still be in canon, that's up in the air. Or Sesshomaru from Inuyasha. Who would come out on top in a battle between these two? So let's talk a bit about our first fighter, which is Exar-kun. If you're unaware of who Exar-kun is, Exar-kun is a Sith Lord. Why did the word get away from me? Is a Sith Lord. He is one of the. He's not affiliated with the Sith Empire. He came from the Old Republic era, but he is not affiliated with the Sith Empire. He was a Jedi who craved a lot of knowledge, and then fell to the dark side and took on an army of Masashi warriors, and took in a death cult, and took in a other fallen Jedi called Ulic Qel-Droma, and together they unleashed this intergalactic war with the Jedi and the Old Republic. Exar-kun is probably one of the most powerful Sith Lords in history. He is the master of the Nieman style, which is, if you don't know what Nieman is, it's the sixth saber form, which basically is a jack of all trades, where you're a master of all these different attacks and defenses. You can also use. It's also a capability where you can use two lightsabers or a saber staff, as well as you can mix in force abilities with it. It's arguably one of the more powerful lightsaber styles. Now, Nieman is like I said, a jack of all trades kind of fighting style, and he excelled at it. In fact, there was no one who could match his style. Exar-kun was a master lightsaber duelist as well as practitioner of the Force. He could channel Force lightning, he could channel, just bursts of Force energy from his body, and he understood Sith sorcery. In fact, during the final days of his war, he was driven all the way back to Yavin 4, where he sacrificed his Masashi warriors to preserve his spirit, and he would have ravaged the galaxy continuously had not the Jedi sealed his spirit in the Sith temples on Yavin 4. Now, Exar-kun is incredibly intelligent, but he gets a tad ahead of himself, but don't mistake his head, him being a little impulsive, because this guy is incredibly dangerous. He is also very intelligent. He managed to slay his master, Vodo C.S. Bosk, in a battle, in a hardcore battle. You have to understand that Vodo C.S. Bosk was a very powerful Jedi, so powerful that he didn't even need a lightsaber. He basically just had a stick, a force that he imbued with the Force. Yeah, he just fought people with a stick that was imbued with the Force, but unfortunately his former apprentice just turned on him, and yeah, it didn't go so well for Vodo. Now, Exar-kun, it was, like I said, an unchallenged rival in terms of saber fighting and in the Force. He could take down multiple Jedi and multiple Republic soldiers on his own, but he was not invincible, like I said. He was, however, it does beg the question, if the Jedi weren't able to seal his spirit in the Sith temples of Yavin 4, it does make you wonder, how is anyone going to stop him? Anyway, so there you go. There's a little bit about Exar-kun, and he's also, like I said, a master strategist, very intelligent, one of the most very underrated, but I think he's an awesome character. I think he's one of the coolest Sith Lords out there, definitely in my top 10. So yeah, there's a bit about Exar-kun. Let's talk about his opponent, Sesshomaru. Sesshomaru is from the anime Inuyasha. He is the older half-brother of Inuyasha, and wields the two swords, Tenseiga and Tokajin, which is Tenseiga, which is the Sword of Heaven, crafted by his father from one of his fangs, and is the Sword of Heaven, basically. It can bring back life and can shoot great beams of energy from it. He is also a demon. He is a full demon, like Inuyasha, who is half human. Sesshomaru is a full demon who has, of course, a huge demonic dog form, and several other abilities. He is He has an incredible healing factor. He has superhuman speed, like ridiculous speed. His his boa, or his tail. I've always kind of figured it's his tail, more or less. Can be used as a weapon that can be used to grab objects or people and throw them. He also has razor sharp claws, and his claws can unleash a poisonous little wave called the Poison Claw, which sounds exactly what it sounds. It sounds exactly what you think it would be. Like I said, Sesshomaru also has an enhanced healing factor. He also has superhuman strength, and his swords are magically empowered. Both of them. Now, Sesshomaru also has, of course, enhanced hearing, smell, sight. But yeah, he's a demon. Of course, he's going to have all of those abilities. He is incredibly dangerous as well. He's probably one of the most powerful beings in the Inuyasha universe, and he is very, people seem to mistake his quietness for calm, and that's led to the death of a lot of people. That has sent a lot of people to their graves. But Sesshomaru is very calm. He's but he's also very intelligent, and usually lets his opponents make the first mistake. This dude killed killed one of the 4 war gods on his own. He also has taken on giant demons. He's taken on other godlike beings. This guy has usually come out on top, or at least fought them to a standstill. And it's been said that only he could control Soonga, which is the most powerful sword in his father's collection, and is the Sword of Hell. Now, yeah, Sesshomaru, very capable swordsman, and for sake of argument, because I guess you could say, since his swords are magical, they could probably block a lightsaber. So for sake of argument, let's just say, yeah, the Tenseiga and Tenseiga and Tokujin can probably, block a lightsaber blade, because magic. I mean, if that's the explanation they could use for Soul Calibur, I guess I can roll with that too. But, however, Sesshomaru is not invincible. Of course, he did lose his arm to Inuyasha in their first battle when he used Tetsaiga for the first time. And, yeah, he can be killed. It just takes a hell of a lot of effort. So, how would it go in a battle between Sesshomaru and Exar-kun? Now, Exar-kun is a master swordsman as well as Sesshomaru. They're both, I think, yeah, it would be very close in terms of skill. But however, Sesshomaru's never really battled something like the Force. But could he stand up to the power? Because here's the thing, Exar-kun is a goddamn tank. He can seriously take some pain. So if he gets hit with, the Dragon Wave, what is the name? The Dragon Wave? No, it's not the Dragon Wave. It's something else. Oh, god damn it. I'm forgetting the Tenseiga special attack's name. God damn it. You see, this is how long I've seen Inuyasha. But yeah. Both of them, are excellent swordsmen, but I don't think Sesshomaru's encountered a weapon that can be doubled as 2 weapons. He's never fought something like a saber staff before. He's never encountered something like that, and that might throw him off, only temporarily. We also don't know could he heal from a lightsaber wound? That's the other thing. A sword wound, yeah, he lost an arm, and he nearly bled out. But he could heal from that. However, a lightsaber wound is different from an injury from a sword. You get hit with that, and you're literally, your arm gets your wound. If you get cut in the arm, if you get your arm cut off, it's instantly cauterized. But then again, demon logic is sometimes is a little fuzzy in the Inuyasha universe. We don't know how sometimes if someone can regenerate or not. Anyway. Also, you have to understand that Exar-kun's Sith sorcery might throw off Sesshomaru, but here's the thing, Exar-kun is incredibly arrogant. He lets his arrogance get the best of him, and that leads to his and that's kind of led to his downfall in the end when he didn't think Exar-kun would Ulic Qel-Droma would betray him, and of course we know how that went. Sesshomaru is very calm, he doesn't boast, he doesn't brag, he just goes in for the kill, whereas Exar-kun won't shut his goddamn mouth in any sort of fight because he thinks he's the hottest shit in the galaxy. But on the other hand, he has the power to back it up, but so does Sesshomaru, who can easily, if he gets hit, it is kind of hard to determine if he gets hit by the lightsaber or the Sith, his Sith lightning, that Sesshomaru could, bounce back from that. That is a very, it's a difficult thing to say, honestly, of who could, could he stand up to that kind of power. But Sesshomaru has incredible speed. He has incredible speed and strength and a high tolerance for pain. So maybe he could fight through it. It's a possibility. And he has a lot of abilities that I think Exar Kun, he could pull out of that Exar Kun would go, wait, what the fuck? So this is a really tough one, guys. This is a really tough one to call, honestly. So I don't know who would win. So you guys tell me, if you think Exar Kun would win, put hashtag Exar wins, and list off the reasons why you think Exar would win. Or if you think Sesshomaru wins, put hashtag Sesshomaru wins, and list off the reasons why you think he would come out on top in this match. But once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.